What's up, everyone? Jake,
I'm Kevin.
back in the booth for round number 4 here at. Is this round number 3 or 4?
This is four.
It's round
This
number
is
4.
the last round. Are they 2-1?
Oh, they should be 3 and 1, right?
I've 3-0.
They're not undefeated. I
Oh,
know
okay.
that.
So they're 2-1 then. 2-1, not 3.
Oh, 2-1. That's right.
So we are doing the 2-1s because we've already had a couple of the 4-0s or the 3-0s up here. So give you guys a little something a little different.
A little different, a little spicier decks. I know we already started creativity earlier today, but we got Michael Hobbs,
Is creativity back?
Impact Gaming Center's own or team's own Michael Hobbs, and then William on Creativity. Is Creativity back? I'm not sure, but before we get into it, if you are amazing and watching live on Twitch, think about giving us a sub and some of those Bezos bucks with your Amazon Prime subscription. I'm gonna give them the thumbs up.
Oh, they're starting anyways. They're starting. We're good. We're good. Hops don't care. They're starting.
And if you are watching live on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you're playing for your Modern RCQ season. And then lastly, if you like anything you saw today, you could buy them at impactgamingcenter.gg. Go there for all of your singles needs. Sorry for the bait earlier. Alex wanted me to do this test video or something. Instead of the just normal bumper ads, you get like a last week's finals or something.
Yeah, it makes it to where you're not just sitting there staring at an ad.
It's the same things over and over again. But we're off to the races here with a
Lord of Atlantis.
Lord of Atlantis, a good old white border one too. What are you trying to do? Pointing up Skyfall?
Don't worry about me.
Okay, well, William going to fetch out a Yetmir's Garden. So this is a bit of a tricky one. You got a very traditional creature deck versus William, who's playing Creativity, a deck that is all removal again and big creatures. We saw this in our round number 1, piloted by. I'm trying to remember who did it. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't. I have it. We have Jake from round 1.
Yeah, you're you.
So no, it's not me. I would never play Creativity. I wash my hands.
Wow.
I don't like combo decks. I'm a mid-range player.
Anyway, so who do you got winning? I think Hobbs has a huge advantage in this match.
Yeah, if William does what he wants, he's gonna win. Hobbs, however, I think has a very positive matchup into this as long as William doesn't just draw mono infinite removal.
Yeah, but that being said, like Hobbs has Harbinger in this and probably in the main that shuts down all of his lands.
Yeah,
And he also has a lot of interaction with Force of Negation and the Hex Catcher we were just talking
he's got
about.
Hex Catcher. He's got a Flared Denial in his hand right now too.
Yeah, that's and Sink into Stupor. I see that as well. So
Yep.
there's just so much interaction with Merfolk.
For a deck that plays basically just islands, it plays not like just islands.
It's got Mutavault. It's got the Canopy lands. It's got everything you need. And look, just like that, he's going to turn one of those into an island, and that will make it to where his dwarves come one turn later, which can be huge.
They come to, well, they wouldn't. They even come later. That's an Esper land he has over there.
Oh,
I think that's Obscura.
Are we sure he's on creativity?
He said he's on Creativity. A lot of them play it for Domain for Leyland Binding.
But okay, we'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure because that doesn't look like Zia Torres. I'm pretty sure that's Obscura something. I don't remember what the gangs.
Non-mountain is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Both of them.
No, one of them is the Naya one. One of them is the Esper one. I'm fairly certain.
Oh yeah, so if you just put it on the Naya, it still slows it down.
Correct. I guess you are technically right.
Technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Technically, I don't like to admit that. Hobbs not on Titan. Nope, not tonight. He's playing some fish.
There's another Tide Shaper, so let's just turn both of those into islands, and then it doesn't really matter which ones they are.
Exactly.
If you got all blue, you got all blue. Oh, okay.
No response to that. Kind of surprising. I guess he didn't. William couldn't respond. He has another discharge in hand.
So Hobbs is going for the red, I believe.
Yep, he's just trying to shut him off the best color in the deck.
Can't cast red spells if you have no red mana.
Nope.
In case you guys didn't know that.
Unless you're casting Fury for free. You can't cast that in Modern anymore.
He's fetching. I'm assuming shocking. I do not know the art of that land
That's
though.
a Sacred Foundry.
Sacred Foundry. Okay.
I think that's from the Clue one as well. Or Ravnica Allegiance is like the full art one. I don't know. They printed Shocklands like 4 times last year.
I mean, it was good. I'm glad they made lands cheaper.
We gonna? I think he isn't discharge in hand. Nope, we're gonna
pending.
pend
Okay.
that guy.
He's
Now,
doing
Hobbs
that.
could be smart and he could sack it to counter. That helps, right?
I used to do that with Mausoleum Wanderer all the time.
Just
Like,
sack it anyways.
yeah, they'll be like Fatal Push and Wander, and I'll be like, pay 1, counter it, and then I actually had one person do it. He didn't realize what I was doing, but he did it.
Oh yeah, it is a legal target. Let's see, there's a run in 6.
Ooh, that's
That-
just going to eat up the Merfolk that Hobbs is about to play.
Maybe that's not Obscura. Maybe I'm crazy. Now I gotta figure this out.
This Tide Shaper is a 2/2 if they have an island.
Correct. It gets +1/+1 if as long as your opponent controls an island.
Mm.
Nuka Penna.
Hobbs is going to bolt himself to bring the Sink into Stupor, so it looks like he's trying to do 2 different spells this turn.
Yeah. Oh, look.
He could. Oh, he's also going to just animate Mutable.
Oh, you know what? I think that's Xander's Lounge. That's the Grixis one.
I believe there's a mountain in there.
You are correct.
So Hobbs took care of the Ren and 6, creating a 2/2. Tide Shaper being a 2/2. Mutavault is a great card.
Oh my god, there's so many different arts in this. I don't know.
I don't think it is on YouTube. Somebody asked if our address is on YouTube, and I don't think it is. But if you just search Impact Gaming Center, you'll be able to find it pretty
Yeah,
easily.
it's in Fairview Heights. There's a bunch of other things you can look up. No, that looks like the Esper one. So I don't know how he played that Ren and 6.
They all kind of look the same though.
But I'm right though. That's definitely the Esper one.
Are you sure?
Unless it's the Xander's Lounge, but I don't think it looks like the two. Oh wait, maybe it's Xander's Lounge.
I think it has to be Xander's Lounge.
Okay, I'm gonna stop being crazy. I'm literally, I'm
It's
bugging out.
It's been a long day.
There's a Flood Pitch Drowner. That card is pretty. That card has seen a lot more play. Hobbs is gonna animate this Mutavault.
Hit, swing for 6.
Yep. William down to 8.
It's getting pretty low. William's got to find the creativity.
Hobbs has not popped off his. No, he has 2 counterspells in hand.
So even if he does find a creativity here, because he's going to go ahead and go for the Dwarven Mine.
Yeah, Hobbs can force it,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Force Negation was a phenomenal print. It's just like Force of Will Light, pretty much. Honestly, I think that whole Force cycle was really well done.
Yeah, I wish the white one was a little better, but
Yeah.
that could be your answer for humans.
A better white Force.
No, just play White Force. Do you still destroy? You don't destroy the dwarf though when you play it though, if it gets countered, right? Because it's not additional cost.
Correct. It targets, and then on resolution, it goes for it.
He's going for it. Show us what you got, Mr. Hobbs.
Force.
Pitch flare.
Yeah. And that creativity should be exiled, but I do not think it really. Oh, Hobbs got it. Hobbs knows what he's doing. He's been around it.
He's a staple here at Impact Gaming Center. Good old Hobbs. There's a double animate. And Will has a discharge.
Probably just going to knock that Lord out.
See what Hobbs has. Don't know what that was.
I did not see it either.
That guy to the bin.
Go ahead and bank an
Still going to crack in with all of our friends.
Yeah, he's just got a 1/1.
2, 4, 6.
Down to 1.
Will goes to 1. Yep, down to 1.
But if William does land a creativity here, he gains 3 life.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a 6/6 blocker, which, 6/6.
He's definitely not out of the game yet.
But this is the turn to do
Yes,
something.
if he doesn't have something that stops the Mutavaults, because that's honestly the scariest thing is these Mutavaults that he doesn't really have a very good way of interacting with. There's a little T.
Not quite. I mean, it could bounce the Flood Pit and get rid of 1 blocker, and then if he has something else.
Oh. This looks like a spell pierce or something, Hobbs.
Maybe? Oh, dismember?
Remember?
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That gets rid of the blocker. So now he has to come up with 2 blockers with 2 mana.
Yeah.
And that deck does not have it doesn't have any one creature spells.
Nope.
So unless he has like 2 discharges, which he's already used 2 of them, it's not looking good for him.
He drew another creativity, so I don't think there's going to be much. I think, yep,
There
we're
it
going to
is.
pick it up.
Is that a reprieve?
I do know they were playing those for a little bit.
Okay. I think that was a reprieve on top. Or in his hand. Not really on top.
All right. So let's see. Anything else in the chat? I don't think so. How many people we got watching right now? We got 24. Oh, we lost about 10 people. That's unfortunate, but it's getting kind of late.
Yeah. It's past my bedtime.
Oh my gosh, I agree. There's like something about hitting 20, like 27, and you're like, and you have a full-time job, and you're like, 9:30 sounds like a really good bedtime.
Yeah. Usually 9:30 in bed.
That's like, oh my gosh, and
I didn't even do anything.
I know. I think it just keeps going back to this, and then we gotta move it.
Move it over.
There we go. Well, I'm gonna say thanks to everyone for hanging out tonight. This has been a good old 4 rounds of Modern here at Back Gaming Center. A lot of players.
4 rounds every
Yeah.
week.
Very rarely have I ever seen a drop below 20 players.
Yeah. So if you're a Modern player, in the area, or even if you're not in the area, you can just come check it out.
Say it's
see what you like.
I drive by the airport every time I come over here. It's like a 20-minute drive from the airport.
I mean, if you want to fly in for an FNM,
I think Jeff has talked about doing bigger events moving forward. I think he's trying to host some. I think there's a weird gambling rule with Missouri where, like in St. Louis, where you can't have big tournaments, but Impact Gaming Center is in Fairview Heights, which is not on the Missouri side.
So they can do what they want.
They can do what they want. These said because they have like the energy events at the Collinsville Convention Center usually.
Yeah. So it's St. Louis, but really it's Illinois.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I live about as far as you can live from here, from like a reasonable drive to get here in time, which is about 45 minutes on the other side of the river. So honestly, people complain about St. Louis, but it's not that hard of a city to get around.
No, it's not. The roads, there's like a few main interstates that just kind of go straight through the city, and
there's a good circle around it.
Yeah.
You can make your circle around the city.
One thing that I've noticed is, like, no matter where you are in the city, it's always 15 to 20 minutes to get anywhere else. So
pretty much
it's weird, but they make it work somehow.
Plus, you're coming from you're going to Fairview Heights. There's a fair amount of food options up here. There's like a fair
It's a nice area.
It's a good area. If you make it a day trip, you're not going to be bored.
Yeah, there's a lot to do over here. You can just hang out here all day, honestly. They have a full computer.
LAN gaming center. It's like a 20, 25 computer LAN gaming center. They get about every miniature you could want. They have
ton of board games.
Obviously,
Obviously,
every night of the week, there's something going on. So
yeah, you can always just walk up, and I'm sure somebody will be playing something, and people are nice to you. You can be like, "Hey, can I play?" And most of the time, they'll probably say yes.
Oh yeah, St. Louis has as I would say, a very friendly gaming crowd.
Yeah, I think we have kind of created a really nice one here in St. Louis.
And the Impact crowd's great. Very few times have I ever had a issue with anyone here at Impact, except for maybe Michael Hobbs.
Just calling him out right on camera.
Just call him out, Michael Hobbs. Calling you out right now.
Okay.
Who cares if you're like one of the coolest dudes in the cities? And if you keep a 1-land Aether Vial hand, I will respect you. You keep that, Hobbs.
I think he keeps it.
You keep that 1-mana Vial hand.
He's got Flare. It looks like Flare.
He's got Flare. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Hobbs.
This is definitely a
yes. Oh, the 1-land Vial. The tempt. He's going to get penned so hard right here.
And that would suck. But, high risk, high reward.
Hey, the dice on the top. I have a 1990 or 2000s Pokemon starter deck Pikachu coin that I use for my Vial triggers because it's shiny. And if it's not there on top, I can remember it.
Ooh.
Oh, no. I said it. I wished it.
I was about to say he has Flare Denial, but that doesn't do anything. He needs
no, he's just like, Dropped. Come on, land. Force.
Oh,
no.
That feels bad. I think does he have Tide Shaper? I think he has.
He has a Tide Shaper.
I think he should have just played it.
What?
I think.
Just play the dude. Okay.
Yeah, just play the Tide Shaper. If nothing else, it's a good thing to sack for Flair in case he plays like Ren and 6 or Creativity or something here.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times, as a avid Aether Vial enjoyer, even in 2025, I can't tell you how many times you look at your hand, you're like, the dreaded one land Vial hand, and you always keep. I mean, what could go wrong?
And this is what we were talking about earlier. Prismatic Ending is so good, it has pushed out pretty much all Vial decks right now.
Yeah, it's the problem with Aether Vial is if you don't have it on turn 1 or 2, it's the worst card in your deck.
Yep.
I've even tried decks with like Urza Saga where you get Vial out of your deck with Saga,
That's so slow.
and it's still real bad. I mean, Aether Vial is such a strong card.
Yeah.
It's the problem is it's so
Slow.
slow,
Yeah.
funky.
You need some way to proliferate it, but then if you proliferate it, it's like
Here's a flare denial. Ooh.
force
Pitching spreading seas.
force negation.
Or force negation. He has flares in hand.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no.
think you got to play it. You got
Michael
to. Yep.
Hobbs.
Hobbs knows what he's doing. Playing it for the flare just in case he goes lands
Yep.
creativity. But the thing is like with creativity being such a one shot deck, like Hobbs still isn't out of this game.
No. He's like 2 lands away from bringing it back. That, though, does not help. Oh no. There goes.
Oh, he does have an island. Okay. And Hobbs being the nice guy that he is, makes him realize, yeah, you can ping him, but it's not going to kill him.
Yeah.
But we're at FNM, so we're just
This
here
is
to have
not.
fun.
This is definitely not comp REL. Oh my gosh.
Still no lands.
Swing of the Wren down to 2.
Williams, you want to go ahead and fetch? Probably grab the dwarf. Oh no, not the dwarf. It's Surveillant. Just as good, if not better.
For some reason, I thought I had Island Walk when it was an island.
Oh wow, that makes it a lot louder.
Yeah, no, it only has Island Walk to the board. That's
I accidentally
Had it
forgot to
muted.
turn on. No, I forgot to unmute Dante, which is the table mic.
Yeah,
I wish I'd rename it to table mic because then I'd remember what it is. Dante doesn't mean anything to me.
I don't think he was able to rename it. I think that was just kind of what it came as.
You could rename anything on OBS, I'm sure.
I don't. Is that OBS's overlay or is that? I don't know.
The program is OBS, buddy.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't.
Okay, never mind.
Grab back the Mesa.
I used to use OBS at home.
You know stream.
I said used to.
Oh no, come on. We've had 4 draws.
I mean, Hobbs still isn't out of this.
He's not out, but it's looking real sour.
As long as he has that tide shaper.
This Ren and 6 is gonna die eventually.
oh, okay. I forgot to. Okay, got it. I thought that meant notepad. Yeah, I'm just. Well, yeah.
Yes, it is looking grim, but like we said, Williams not doing anything right now. And as long as he has that flare of denial, I think Hobbs is okay. But he does need to find a lane either this next turn or the turn after, depending on what happens.
Coughing Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb level gameplay. Oh no, don't say that about poor Michael Hobbs.
Oh, there's the dwarven mine.
Make the dude. The problem though is if he has to sacrifice his Tide Shaper, his entire clock of dealing with his Ren and 6 is also gone too.
Yeah. But that Ren and 6 is going to take a while to get to ultimate. Paw patch formation. Okay. Just create a fruit token.
Yeah,
Another target.
that's another one of those weird cards this deck has picked up. That seems really weird, but the fact that it just cycles and makes a token is important.
You just need a token.
Taps, draw.
Reminds me of the glimpses deck where you just like put as many tokens as you can and then you just
Yep.
cascade them away. Ren and 6 is just so good at also just filtering your deck and all the lands
Yeah.
with it.
The best way to play Ren and 6, or the best way that Ren and 6 works, is you draw your hand, you have 2 lands, a Ren and 6, and a bunch of other great cards, and the dream is you never draw another land.
Yep.
We've seen 3 decks playing Fable the Mirrorburger tonight. Have we seen a Fable the Mirrorburger token at all?
No, we have not. But okay, I was about to say the one thing William hasn't gotten is a basic, but he finally got one. So
Yeah. Red and 6 Ultimate versus Hobbs second land. Bet on Red and 6 Ultimate. If he doesn't draw, if he doesn't draw a land here, oh,
double Fable. Okay, now it's looking a little grim for Hobbs.
Yeah.
He wasn't putting any pressure down, but now I feel like 2/2/2s and I guess a 1/1, but whatever about that token. It's pretty good pressure.
Right here, the land, the dream. Oh my
Ooh,
God.
All right,
Oh,
yep. Hobbs is like, yep, no lands.
that's rough.
But imagine a world where that vial does not go away.
I know the Hobbs is in the. I mean, he drew a lot of counterspells though.
Oh, William only had lands in his hand. But with Fable, like you just discard him and get new cards.
I mean, in 2 turns, he's gonna do the Fable thing and make a bunch of dudes, and then
Yeah.
Hobbs is just dead anyway. So
Yeah.
it didn't super matter, but I'm proud. I will go on record of being proud of Hobbs. Keep those one landers. The dream's real.
You make him have it. The odds are he doesn't have it, I think, is without I don't
Hobbs drew 5 cards and didn't see a land on the top. I mean, Merfolk what plays like
usually like
22?
Yeah, somewhere
because
around
of
there.
the stinks in the supers.
Are you considering those as lands or not as lands?
Always as lands.
Okay. So yeah, about 22. So I'm assuming it's a 4 of in that deck. There's no reason not
We
to.
have technology.
Yeah.
We have MTG decks up. We can go to Modern. And we can look up Merfolk.
Real quick, how do you feel about Arena having Pioneer now officially?
I wish they cared about Pioneer.
Oh, that's fair. All right,
We're
pretty
at
sinking to see.
17 and 3, so they're at 20 lands. It feels so. What is
But with
this card?
the thing about it is Aether Vial is pseudo land, so like
Yeah.
you only have 20 lands, but you have like another 4 kind of.
What do you feel about Mindspring Merfolk? This is one. I don't know if I saw it in Hobbs deck, but this is like
He does
one.
have it.
Okay. What do you think about this card?
I think it's good. Well, it's okay, I should say. Not necessarily great. I don't know if it's a full 4, but it's just kind of late game when you're like, I got nothing to do. Let's draw a few cards.
Yeah,
It gives the little bit of reach that
it
they
gives the
need
deck
sometimes.
also gives like a 1-drop that's better than Curse Catcher, because
Yeah.
I mean Curse Catcher was never that great. I mean it was good, but at least this does something, you know.
Yeah. Do you think if all merfolks, all humans, all the creatures turned into changelings, you could make a good competitive creature deck?
Yeah, it's called Death and Text.
All right, now seriously.
I think they kind of did that with Eldrazi. I hate to say that.
Just quick tide shaper off the top. Off the
It's
front.
not bad because now
It's a
if William plays a tap land, nope. Say if William played a tap land. Sorry.
You stop yawning over there.
Dude, it's bedtime.
All right, so what? Hobbs is going to play a couple more 1-drops. It looks like.
Yep. Pull this one up for the people at home who maybe have not seen Mindspring Merfolk.
There it is.
There's 2 cards. So one of them is called Mindspring. The other one's called Mindspring Merfolk. I'll let you take a guess which one's based off the other. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Merfolk wizard with the ability Exhaust, blue X, tap, draw X cards, put a +1/+1 counter each Merfolk creature control. So at worst, this card is 2 mana tap, put a counter on all your Merfolk you control. At best, it's like pay 5, draw 3, put a counter on all your dudes.
Yeah.
Where Mindspring is, I really like this card. I think this is like what we want to be seeing is cards that work at any point in the game versus just late game cards.
Yeah. Do you think it should have been X and 1 blue instead of 2 blue though? Make it a little bit more viable, or do you think that would have been too strong?
I think it's fine.
Do you think it would have been too strong?
A 1-mana creature that you can pay 5, draw 3, pump your team when you have no cards in hand or anything. I think it's fine. It can only be activated Exhaust can only be activated once per game, so Definitely not an absurd mechanic. I love exhaust. I think the only problem with exhaust is keeping track of it.
Yeah. Especially like if you start blanking it and everything, it's a new instance.
Yeah, I kind of hate the arenafication of abilities.
Oh, here comes Ren 6. Will he flare denial? Because if he doesn't flare, Ren 6 can ping one of them, and he's losing it anyways. But then Hobbs can just attack it. So
Looks like he's keeping it. We're gonna ping the mind spring.
I think that's a good call because you're no matter what, you're trading a creature
a
for Ren
creature.
6.
Yeah,
So like you might as well keep the spell in your hand.
I think my only complaint. Oh, I guess you're not missing a combat step because he's gonna lord here.
Yep. We know that he has another lord in hand and 2 flares. So
Exhaust is just monstrous but newer. You're not wrong. It basically is.
just playing another land. What creativity does. Play land and wait.
Would you classify creativity as control deck or a combo deck?
Combo for sure.
Okay.
I think it's a combo with a little bit of controlling aspects of it. During upkeep, that's interesting.
Do you flare it? Yep.
Yeah, you have
flare?
another flare backup, so it's kind of important.
Yeah.
I think you let this one go though. I don't think. Oh, he's going to counter it.
Because you need the other one for backup.
Yeah, you need it for the. Ooh.
Oh,
if he
only
had that
Hobbs.
land.
Yep. If Hobbs had one more land, that'd be insane. But now I think if William gets another, I don't know if he has another land in hand, but he has a Wrath of the Skies.
That's rough, also. Yeah, I don't think you get rid of the second flare just because creativity. I mean, I would not expect Wrath of the Skies from creativity, to be honest with you. So he's not really playing to that effect. Don't pyroclast me. He's thinking about wrathing. I think William's only land in hand though is the Dwarven Mine, and so
Yep.
he's just going to kind of throw it away to get rid of the board, which I think is
You have to.
yeah.
I
think
mean,
it's great.
you're 3 for 1ing here. The dwarf is whatever, honestly. You have
Unless
so
this
many
is
tokens.
creativity, there it is.
Oh my gosh.
Turn 4 creativity.
Let's see. Are we an Archon? Are we a Trastodon? Or you right? Those reprieve. Bolts to Fairy Binding. So he's playing Wayland Binding. I know a lot of them have kind of dropped off of that.
Binding is just a good catch-all.
I agree.
We'll eventually find something. It's when you get the do music going, you know.
Well, that's copyrighted. We can't do that.
I don't really think it. I guess it would be.
You
Oh,
can
there it
sing
is.
it, I think it's fine, but there's the Archon. Yeah, let's go down a pretty good way for that.
Sacrifice creature, discard that card in your hand, and I'm going to in lose 3 life. I'm going to do the exact opposite of that.
Now Hobbs is in a precarious position because William has a 6/6, which gets way around dismember.
Yes, and then also every time it attacks, you're losing a creature.
Discard card, sack creature there.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Hobbs. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that sinking the stupor is what it needs, but unfortunately, it doesn't have the 3rd land.
Yeah.
But you also have to play it because otherwise you sacrifice it.
The only problem is here is William is going to swing for 9, you're dead.
Yep. So he pretty much discard a card, draw a card. Yeah, he needs to top deck a sinking to stupor right here, right now.
Problem is, Will's got a handful of nonsense.
Yeah, Will is just so far ahead right now. He looks like he also has Fable and then another creativity. So if Hobbs does deal with this Archon,
Do you think Hobbs is playing Mistcaller, Merfolk?
I don't know what that is.
Sacrifice it. It's like a Containment Priest Merfolk.
That's not it.
Spreading Seas.
Well, there it is.
Dang.
Well,
Well,
we got a game 3.
well, that is all, folks. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. It's been a blast. I've really enjoyed it.
Same. I enjoy commentating.
Yeah, this has been a really good time. I am glad that we got to change it up. It wasn't just Alex by himself in the booth. But honestly, thank everyone for watching. If you liked any of the cards you saw today at any video, you can check them out and buy them at impactgamingcenter.gg. If you liked the content you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. What are you playing for your Modern RCQ season? If you are I give up. I'm fixing it. If you're watching on Twitch,
Yep.
and you
Now it's
haven't
just staring
followed
at me, and it's just so weird. 'Cause you're the one talking, and I'm just standing here like, yep.
if you've watched on Twitch, if you're watching right now on Twitch, make sure you give the channel a follow. If you haven't subscribed, think about doing that. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free one. Give us some of those Bezos bucks. And
Trying to just like scoot over
I
slightly.
think no, then my mic's over here. It's fine. We're done. It's been a good 4 hours of coverage or whatever. So
Something like that.
honestly, thank you everyone for watching. This is Jake.
I'm Kevin.
Thank you. We're signing out.
Bye.
See ya. I'm gonna leave you guys with a video to watch.
I'm gonna put up a bump video.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Les Alex here for Impact, and we are live with round number 4. We've got a couple of 2-1s in the feature match area this time around. So we've got Hobbs and Zeke. Hobbs on Amulet Titchwillow. And Zeke on Corey Prowess. So the deck we just saw, both players again are 2-1. So not playing for all the marbles, playing for some of the marbles. Of course, you know, winner does still get a pack or $4 in store credit. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, though, follow and consider subscribing to get access to ad-free viewing, along with being able to watch the VODs as soon as we stop streaming, and get some really sweet emotes. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We've got around 50 viewers, which is incredible for our channel. We've been having such good support recently, and we really, really do appreciate you all. So thank you all. It means the world to us. Hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering needs. When I say we have a ton of high-end cards in stock, we really, truly do. You could probably pick any of the cards in any of these decks that you've seen tonight, and we will probably have at least one copy of them. We've got a pretty extensive inventory. So go check that out on the website, impactgamingcenter.gg. And buy some cards. Support your cardboard habit and help support a small local business. But yeah, thank you all so much. We are rocking and rolling. We got 21 players tonight, so a bit less than we normally do. But the RC is this weekend, so a lot of folks have head on out to Minneapolis for that. And we are here in Fairview Heights, Illinois, about 15 minutes outside. Yeah, see, there's that IGC spinny boy, the emote. But yeah, thank you all so much. Let's get down to the action now. Hobbs does, in fact. Ooh, and here's a wish. Zeke says, sure thing.